So Go 122 introduces some changes to the math_rand package. So this is actually going to be the first version 2 in the standard library, which is pretty interesting. So if you've used other third-party libraries, you've probably used version Go modules before, but this is the first, the standard library. So if you've never used it before, you might be wondering why you would even use the math.rand package. And the reason for that is it can be used for generating random data for testing. You can create random IDs. It can fill buffers for things like simulations, and you can also use it for like generating non-secure random numbers. So as long as you don't have like security implications, because it's not suitable for that. But like if you need random numbers for another use case, it can potentially be useful. So if we come over here, I've got Go 122 on the left, and let's put Go the dev branch on the right, which will give us Go 122. And the way to sort of fill a random slice on Go 121 would be something like rand.seed time.now dot Unix nano, and then would make a slice, make this bytes, and then we're going to fill that. So we would do something like rand.read b, and I'm just going to do if error not equals nil, and for now I'll just panic. And apart from that, I can just print my random bytes. Okay, so we run this, it's going to complain about the read imports properly. Rand.read, I forgot to capitalize it, so let's fix that and run it again. And then we got some random bytes. One thing that I've done wrong here is because I'm using the playground, it doesn't actually increment the time. So this seed phrase isn't actually that random. It's always going to give me the same outcome, which I guess proves the point somewhat around not using it for secure means. So this is how we would do it in Go 121, but in Go 122 they've actually removed the rand.read function. So what you'd have to do instead is it recommends using crypto.rand instead. So although if I copy and paste this and put it on the Go 122 code, if I run this, it's probably going to work fine, which it does. But if I swap this to be v2 to use that module, it's going to tell me that the function doesn't work because they've been removed. So this is interesting. So what we need to do instead is we need to use crypto rand instead. And we get rid of this. And if I run this, it should work now. So as you can see, this is a little bit cleaner than this. And it's kind of namespace the changes in rand to v2. So v2 doesn't have that read function. If we go back to the release notes, let's see what else it has to say about it. So the read method is deprecated, which we've just looked at. It remains in math.rand if you want to use it. But you should use crypto.rand instead, so that's the key bit here. They've also said they plan to include a migration tool in Go 123. It says many methods now use faster functions in the v2 package, which is great. And it looks like there's some generic functions in here as well. So let's take a little look at those. So if we go back over here and we look at rand v2, I'm going to remove this. It looks like we should be able to do things like, let's do var max int equals 1000. And I should be able to do like things like n rand dot n max. We can run this. As you see, it gives me a different number each time. And I think I can probably do this with other types as well. So let's swap this to be a uint64. And it works for other types too. So instead, what if this was a time per second? And it works for that too. So we have some generic functions for generating random as well, which is really, really helpful. So there's a couple of changes that are going to be in the math rand package. And also, if you don't use the version 2 you can continue to use the old behavior as well. So it's fairly safe to upgrade, and this means that Go fulfills its backwards compatibility promise. They've made breaking changes by removing functions, so they've upgraded it to V2. They're going to help you in Go 123 to migrate if you want to, but your code will continue to work as is, even without any changes.